So when it came to the space combat episodes, that was interesting because the tone really changes for those episodes.
Space Combat Simulator episodes are great because it's some of the best special effects in the entire first season.
Disable their engines.
When I first saw the spaceship, I was like, so what's that from? And then I realized it's actually from the show. It's really amazing. Everybody holding on tight? Because we're probably gonna die.
Before we had the first-person shooter, which was a lot of action and some funny stuff. Then you had the beat-em episodes, which were mostly comical episodes, but had a lot of fights in between and stuff. But the space ones are a lot more serious than the other ones. And that's, I think, because the tone of those games is a lot more serious. You look at games like Wing Commander.
The space episodes were really interesting, actually, because that's the end of season 1, and it's where KERA's walls really start to come down.
Let me take the helm.
I got this.
What?
Just trust me, will you?
Oh, this should be fun.
I think the space ones are going to be some of the most interesting because shooting these episodes, we get a bit more seriousness to it, and we especially learn a lot more about KERA and her character, and a bit more about Menu and the way he's had an effect on her, that he's very protective over her.
Unknowingly, Dawn kind of gets let in to what's really going on, and it's really nice for her to have someone to talk to.
Cocky as all hell, and worse than you when it came to dashing into danger head first. But he always put others ahead of himself.
But at the same time, she's still this hardened space girl fighter, and it's a really interesting juxtaposition.
Each arc that we're doing gives us a different perspective, really.
I like space shows. I'm a Star Trek fan, so I was excited to actually get to be in that kind of thing.
I almost had basically sort of like a mental breakdown every other week and wanted to say, screw it, I'm not doing it anymore, but in the end we pushed through, and I'm really proud of the final product. Very, very proud of it. And I hope you guys enjoy it too.
Subscribe to Leon Unity.